Hello, people. Do you know that you can come over to Australia from the UK, Ireland, US? Come on this boat. Let me show you how. So, this is the competent pathway, guys. I am going to show you doctors who are eligible for competent pathway. But first of all, you can just go to Google and click on competent pathway. Is Australia is gonna take you to the competent pathway Australia, and you can see the eligibility criteria. So one of them, guys, is that you need to have General Medical Council registration. That's the GMC with UK. And you can either have Medical Council registration of Canada, and you can also have Educational Commission for foreign medical graduates for United States. You can have Medical Council registration with New Zealand. You can also have Medical Council registration or National Board of Osteopathic Medical Examiners. You also need to be licensed here, so it has to be any of these, guys. So when you go through this website, you see the eligibility criteria. So there is one thing I have to explain to you. If you are in the UK and you have your PLAB 1 and 2 and you have worked for 1 year, you can apply to Australian hospitals to come over and work for 12 months. You're gonna get provisional registration, and after 12 months you don't need to write Australian Medical Council exam. You just get your general registration straight up. If you also have USMLE exam, maybe you have written step 1, 2, 3, and then you've worked for 2 years in the US, then you also qualify for competent pathway. If you have registration with the Canadian board and you've also worked for 1 year in Canada, you also qualify for provisional registration. If you are also registered with New Zealand and you also work for 1 year, you are qualified for a competent pathway. So you're gonna get provisional registration, and immediately is 1 year that you've worked in Australia. That is a full-time job of 12 months equivalent. That is for the 7 weeks. You are gonna get your general registration. How sweet is that, guys? So if you do not want to write Australian Medical Council exam, it's okay, as long as you are also qualified, you're licensed in all those countries that I have mentioned. Ireland is also included, but you also need to work for a period of 12 months in Ireland as well. How wonderful and amazing is that, guys? So now, this is another place where you have to get the PDF form, so I had to copy it, and in my case you can save it to your files, but I decided to send it to my husband so that you can also see the full criteria and the full requirement to work in Australia as a medical doctor from other countries. So guys, here it has stated out all the things you need to know, and those were the things that I was explaining. There is something else that you can also do. If you have written PLAB 1 and PLAB 2 and passed, and you are finding it difficult to get a job in the UK, you can try to write Australian Medical Council exam step 1 only, and if you pass it, you get job in any Australian hospital. After 1 year, you will still get your general registration, as long as you finished your PLAB 1 and PLAB 2, got your GMC registration, worked for 12 months in Australia, you're gonna get your general registration. So I mean, how amazing is that, guys? So this here listed is all the requirements that you need to get your general registration, and also to come into Australia via competent pathway. So remember, guys, I told you that there are 3 ways. There is the standard pathway, that is those that are getting the limited registration, and I didn't talk about it here. There is specialist pathway, I'm going to talk about it later, and now the competent pathway. So I just decided to focus on this competent pathways. Guys, if you want to know more about this, kindly go to the website of Australia. You will see it in APRA website already, the medical board APRA. You would see everything you need to know for more information. Thank you, guys, and subscribe. Bye.